But talking about from one trick pony to the next trick pony, the Shimakaze.
I mean, we already talked about the black one, so we could just throw it in good.
Yeah, pretty much.
All in a day.
Yeah, it's the one trick pony. Yeah, we already talked about it. It's just not that. It's annoying. It's not actually that good. I don't think. If we didn't have the carrier meta that we had now, then previously we had the Shimakaze meta. We had the DD meta. So it's just the Shimakaze used to rule, but it's just so good that it still does. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else to say about it.
I mean, not only that, you got to think about it now. Like, there's so many good cruisers now that are just able to kill these DDs quickly, you know?
Yep. And so many good carriers to delete them.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I just realized, crap, we skipped over the Malta for some odd reason. Shoot.
Oh. All right.
Talking about the, top.
That
solved that problem.
Malta.
Oops.
Yeah, we'll just leave Malta there.
Yep, Malta. Yep. Basically, its dive bombers are insane. It just carpet bombs you and just causes 3 fires, and then they wait, then another run, 3 fires, and now your perma fires. And the torps suck now. At least I got that going for you, but
yeah, well, they suck if you're not if you're a battleship. They don't suck because they're fucking hitting you.
That's true. That's true.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. No, Malta's just. I was like, wait, where's the Malta? We missed the Malta.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it.
It's one of the most OP ships. How did we both do that? But whatever. Whatever. Let's talk about another OP ship.
I'm gonna put that at needs love.
Yeah, needs radar, rapid reload 2, if not 3.
Could it also do like 50 knots, please?
Smolensk.
We can all agree it's top tier, top meta. I mean, it's been there ever since release. Things easy to stack damage. You got Roosevelt guns and a lot of them at that. Setting fires all the time. You can build a comp around it. It can deal with DDs fairly easily with AP. I mean, you got 6-kilometer torps, which is better in Kava.
Yep.
It has a lot going for it. It is squishy.
Yeah.
But if you handed someone that knows what they're doing, has played Minotaur that line before,
it's no stopping. There's no ceiling to it. It's completely broke. And I've tried to be like, hey, let's buff everything else, but the problem is you have to know how to smoke shoot, and even people get to tier 10 and don't know how to smoke shoot. It's just a rough. It's a rough thing to deal with, but yes, that is definitely top meta. Ugh, I hate that I have to say that, but yeah, it's going to be there. Summers, though.
Summers are decent. I would put it at good. So Summers does have a crap ton of torps. You could possibly send out 20, which is more than Shimakaze, but they're slower. They hit a little. They hit, it doesn't hit for like 4K. They hit for like 3.5. Still, decent amount of damage, but it's great for zoning. The guns don't reload as fast, but they do a pretty good amount of damage, especially AP at other DDs. The crown jewel, though, I will put on this is that it has the best detection range of any other DD. All right, I think it's sitting at like 5 point something.
Yeah, it's like 5.6. 5.5.
Yeah, it's the best one out there. If you want to outspot any other DD, that's what you play.
Yeah, so I'd say good, but I kind of almost want to go borderline competitive. And I say that because I'd almost always want to take over the Gearing. I'd probably even argue over the Grozavoy, over the Holland. It's the guns are incredibly good. The torps, they're slow, but there's so many of them. And the quick reload on top of it, you're just spamming them out. You can hold flanks with this sucker.
Yeah. So the thing about the guns is it has more guns than the Gearing, but the Gearing has a better reload.
Yeah.
But this ship has the Alpha. So
and that kind of pays off in the end. So I'd once again, I'd say borderline sits in competitive. Borderline. It's just incredibly good. And I'd say just the only reason why I would definitely agree with you or I'd say borderline sits in good, borderline competitive. Sorry if I can say this right, but it definitely is more good in most hands, but in the best hands, I think that a Summers will beat out a Gearing, will even beat out a Grozavoy. It's just that play style of, yes, you can send with those torps and people are going to dodge them, but you're going to have them right back up again, let alone you have the torpedo reload, smoke that's good. Like, it just has all the kit for it.
Yeah, that won't. And like I said, the main thing is having the best detection range. So.
Yeah, and that's also killer because now you have the alpha, so that you've got the first front off alpha, you get the first shots. And we all know in warfare, the first person to shoot tends to win. So, yeah. Stalingrad, I'll take this one right up to top. This thing is, do you want to have a sniper? Do you want to have a sniper that literally converges rounds? It's insanely good. I would say it does put a little bit itself into competitive just because it has absolutely no utility. And as both PigBay has said multiple times this time, and I have said, utility wins games. But at the same time, utility is also being able to just be like, hey, by the way, you're at 13 kilometers and I'm going to strip your guns. Yeah, it will do that. It's just done. It's insanely powerful, and it's insanely good in the right commander, and secondaries are pretty good when it gets close, and decent AA. But, what are your thoughts there, PigBay? Do you think it should go lower?
I think Stalingrad's fine where it's at. I think it has, you said Moskva has the best accuracy. I personally think Stalingrad has the best accuracy. Yeah. It doesn't need its, precise aim 3, but it has it. Yeah. Do you want to put like holes and holes and holes, shells and holes?
Oh yeah.
So definitely, especially it doesn't do it, in my opinion, it doesn't do as bad against battleships because you can aim at those weak points, you know what I mean, at range, and still get full pens, and then up close you can start citadeling them, and especially if you got backup with you. It's just a very accurate ship.
Yeah, by itself, I would definitely argue competitive, but when you put it with a team comp that can defend it from DDs better, and on top of it, that can handle a lot of other things, Stalingrad is just top meta. It is just damn near perfect. It has a skill ceiling unlike the Smolensk, but at least it's enjoyable when you do it. So it's you don't feel dirty after playing it. Thunderer, have you gotten to play this yet?
Not since the buff. I think I played on stream and it didn't go too well because I got focused, but I would honestly put it good going towards competitive, just because it all kind of depends on a comp. Yeah. If you're going to use that HE, I don't think the AP is as good, in my opinion. This is one of the few ships that I will say it's all right. It's good to run IFHE.
Yes.
Just because that HE is that good. I think it's some of the best fire chance in all of tier 10 battleships.
Yeah.
It's like 20. No, it's higher than that, isn't it? It's like 22. Is it 28 or 22?
Okay. I don't know, but it's pretty high. It's incredible. It's nuts.
And they just buffed the reload down, they brought the reload down even more. So, I mean, honestly, I didn't think it was that bad before, but they've just buffed it. I need to do a little further testing, but I would say good, foot almost towards competitive. It does have defensive air alert. It's not the best, but it's not bad. So, that skill does help out. But yeah, especially if you're running Horatio Nelson with the heals and stuff.
Oh yeah, I think that at that point, I think it has the most amount of health out of any tier 10 in the game. Let alone that's even before adding in the premium heals that you can have.
Heals, yeah.
I'm definitely agree with you on competitive. Definitely has a little foot in good. It's just like the Somers where it's just like it just barely feeks in, just like the Montana. But that HE, if you've got IFHE, let alone God forbid you have a legendary commander with IFHE plus, the Thunderer is insanely good. It's got a lot of health. It's one of those battleships you have to sit back. You have to play the long con game with the HE.
Yep.
The AP is good. It is a viable strat, but once again, that HE just is clearly its winner, and you have to go for the IFHE buff. So I feel it's a clearly better Conqueror, especially with that additional buff, precise aim, everything like that. Unfortunately, all of its skills kind of go against the Conqueror style, so you kind of almost need a commander that specifically goes towards that, and the Vanguard and like that. But at the same time, that's still a pretty good ship, and I'd even argue having a separate commander for either of these at some point, because I do believe the Conqueror is still a good ship, but it's just the Thunderer, it's so much more enjoyable ever since that 4th heal. Oh my god, and the reload buff, it's just gotten disgusting. So, anything else?
Not for Thunder.
Yeah, I'm like, and also I think it's Yamato size, right? 457. I think it's 457s. On
Yeah, they're big.
Yeah, they're pretty big. So that's pretty strong. Venezia, we've got a cruiser right here. That's going right into competitive. You put it in a no DD game, its AP is nasty. You can chunk. It's a shotgun, but its maneuverability, its smoke, its capabilities. It doesn't have any utility to hunt down DDs, but let's just say you are with someone who spots them. Well, guess what? The Venezia is going to take it out in 13.5 seconds. Either way, they are nasty ships. But you have to know how to play, once again, non-HE fire starting cruisers. You have to be running SAP and AP and know exactly when to do it. Having Luigi makes it nasty. Borderline top meta, but Venezia, it's an incredibly strong ship, let alone a 4DD game. Venezia will win the game for the team. It's just, that's how strong they are. But as a DD main, how do you feel about Venezia?
I fear them.
Yep.
They're definitely scary to go against, especially in a DD. But not only that, we talked about their armor piercing. You got to remember too, is those 3 turrets in the front are all super firing, so you're able to get they're 3 guns per turret. So that's what 15.
15.
No,
yeah, 15 at the end.
15 guns by being just straight bow in. You're this tiny target while everybody's broadside trying to shoot you. They're dispersion's kind of spreading it out like this, but you're here like this, so you're kind of in a sense able to tank that way. Have the enemy waste a lot of shots while still being able to get 15 guns on target.
Yep. But also
on target.
Yeah, on target, because of course it is a shotgun. Luckily, you have, I think it's 4 uses of precise aim, so you're going to be able to spam that. But with what PigBay, with what you said, actually, when you are dealing with against a good player, don't do that. The armor is not good enough to hold up against it. Right. You will get clobbered.
I'm not saying run straight at them. Obviously, you're going to be playing with your throttle, going back and forward and doing things like that. Yep. But in the grand scheme of things, with the way dispersion works, it's going to spread it out like this.
Yeah, it will. Yeah. Yep. Unless they're ripple fire, the better players are going to beat you on that.
Yes.
But of course, once again, if you have a DD in front of you, you still have 9,000. I think about around 1,000 damage sap cells coming their way every 13 seconds. It's incredibly powerful, and especially if you can pair it with something that can, maybe a Worcester spot everything for you, it's days out. It's you're done for the game. It's easy. It's incredibly powerful. Vermont.
Meta. I'm gonna say meta. I think it's a better pick than Montana, and I think even in a newer player's hands, it's better suited because of the slow speed. So the slow speed allows you not to put yourself in a bad position.
True.
I'm thinking more in terms of like a center cap map. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a lot of new players will end up just rushing straight at the enemy head first. This thing allows you not to do that. But not only that, it has a crap ton of guns that are huge.
Yeah.
And the downside, long reload, but these things are massive. Like when you full strike someone, I'm talking like you can get like 20k, 25k a salvo.
Yep.
It's nasty. And I've seen plenty of like carriers deleted because they put themselves in a bad position. And someone in the Vermont's like, oh, I can't not shoot this.
Yeah. Just, if I may, just remove you. I'd say borderline top meta, and it's only because if you aren't actually good at shooting, these ships hurt you when you miss.
Mm-hmm.
And
it does.
Yes, they're incredibly tanky, which thank God they are, because they are massive. It's almost like I can't stop hitting you. Like it's just you. Especially with the Smolensk on the enemy team or anything like that, it's just you're a hit machine for the enemy team. These things are big, massive bullies, so you can get into games where the Vermont's just not worth a damn, and that kind of is rough for it. But yeah, I'll agree with you. It is definitely top meta, more competitive in my opinion, just depending on the game. But yeah, Vermont is a great ship, and I love it. I don't even have my maxed out, and it's fun because when you hit those 20, 30, even 1,000 salvos, you just smack it up. It is
definitely worth it to have Dewey on that. I just picked up Dewey, and I'm still trying to grind out and get armor piercing cap shell. I can't wait to get armor piercing.
Horizontal deck protection, I would argue, is almost as important.
Yeah,
because just
I would say that
you
too.
have so much armor. You have so much armor protection, so it's just that just makes you even tankier. And Dewey definitely solidifies it in meta and top. But if you just have a regular commander, more competitive, but I still incredibly strong. Sits in top and meta. Worcester. Now, of course, this is the king of skills. For me, I generally actually say competitive. But for
top.
the every other player who can handle those damn arcs, it's top meta. It is. This thing is. It's got everything. It's got great armor because it sits low in the water. It's got great guns. 360, I think, at the front, if I'm remembering right, because I don't play it much because I hate the arcs once again. But insane AP at close range, decent HE at long range, suborbital arc, so you have to get used to that. But it also, once again, insane. Like, I cannot stress this enough, and I'm betting PigBay will just say it again. Insane AA, and then you have sonar and radar. It's just an insane skill. But PigBay, what are your thoughts on the Worcester?
The best support cruiser out there.
Yep.
Kind of that line from Cleveland up, especially. But the thing is, like, a lot of people sleep on its AP. Its AP is like very nasty, especially up close. Like, if for some reason the battleship ends up right on you, you load that AP and start aiming at the nose, you're gonna see his health just start dropping. You're gonna start full penning for 500s, and then you reload. It reloads what, every 3 to 4 seconds?
Yeah, 3 to 4 seconds depending on your build. So
you're just dishing out damage. It doesn't have any secondaries, but it doesn't need it because it fires so quickly. Yeah. AA's best in tier. Yep. Still can't fully stop, planes, but that's a plane problem in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a balance issue.
Radar, especially if you're running Kincaid, it just makes everything better because he's gonna give you more radar, more sonar, more defensive fire alert.
Yeah.
I don't run IFHE on it, even though it's IFHE plus. I still run armor piercing cap shell because it's just better. Yeah. But solid choice, top meta every day.
Yeah, no, definitely. That if you start to learn to use the AP at the Cleveland, that entire line all of a sudden takes on a whole new meaning. Because now you have a whole new role where you actually, hey, oh, by the way, I'm going to sit behind this island and fire HE over it. But if anyone gets close, hell have mercy on their soul to enter my area where my AP is loaded, and you will. It's insane. It's absolutely nuts. I would definitely suggest it. And for anyone who can deal with the arcs, it's definitely top meta. For me, it's more competitive just because I can't aim. I can't those shells. But Yamato.
For me playing it, it's in needs love, but for other people, it's going to be competitive or pretty much borderline top meta. Actually, I want to say it's top.
I'm going to push it up top for you. I'm going to push it up
I want to say top.
Yeah.
Just because it's a classic. Hasn't been power crept,
I don't think it can be, but yeah.
It's still like king of when people think battleships, it's still king.
Oh
yeah. Has massive guns, doesn't reload as long as a Vermont.
Yep.
Still, I'd personally prefer Vermont, but it's just me. Yeah, I mean, it's been here since the beginning, and it's still here at top.
I think it's the sniping. It really nails its playstyle, where the Vermont really actually kind of need to get a little close to make sure, especially when you're off of that precise aim situation. The Vermont is still good just because of the amount of guns, but when it snipes without that precise aim, you're really only hitting 6 shells easy. You're not really doing it well. Yamato, without precise aim, you're still hitting 7 shells easy. And such. These things converge, especially once you're using the precise aim skill, and it tanks really well. And its secondaries are kind of insane once you get close enough. At least not its main. It's not controlled secondaries, but it's auto secondaries. But yeah, it's just a solid sit there. I think it's better than the Black Yamato because, of course, you have that better precise aim instead of spotted plane. Yes, I know the camo isn't as good, But
I mean, nothing beats that camo.
I know, right? Nothing beats the camo.
Oh well, space camo.
Yeah, Republic space camo or Moskva space camo.
Moskva.
Yeah,
Moskva takes the cake.
Yeah,
you know what? That's the next tier maker. It's gonna be space camos. Who has the best space camo?
Oh man. But yeah, we got Yamato. Yamato's right there in top. It's just it's never been power crap because it does what it needs to do. It's good at what it does, and I just accidentally said it's space fun. But yeah, no, it does what it needs to do. That's all you need of it, and it's good. It's grind. It's interesting, depending on how you can handle it. But at the same time, Yamato's really good. So Yoshino, I'm gonna take this. It's top tier. No, I'm just kidding.
You know what? I will say, since seeing you and Alistair play Yoshino, I have wanted to play it.
It's so much fun.
You guys all know I hate Azuma with a passion. I hope that shit burns. But Yoshino, I've wanted to try it out, and I kind of wish I didn't skip it when they offered it for like chump change. It was like $30 or something like that.
Yeah,
it was something ridiculous.
Yeah, it was 45. I think I want to say it was something like that. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, so it's one that I regret not getting, but because of the Azuma, it led me to think, what I thought about Yoshino. But
it's those torps. It's the torps and the guns. They act differently, especially since they got the dispersion buff in the last update, and they, I think it's better fire chance, if I want to say, which, of course, with this, it's one of those, you fire HE at long range, at close range, definitely AP all the way. Actually, even funnier, even with APCS, you can full pen DDs at close range. Like, it's just, it actually can work, though I'd still argue HE better, depending on the DD. Holland, of course, will just take them all.
AP.
But, yeah, AP. But HE generally, it's an hilariously powerful ambushing ship. It's in a great position. It's got Zao armor, so of course it's balanced by the idea that the Vermont can literally one-shot it pretty much. But you also have enough health to kind of almost deal if the person doesn't get lucky. You kind of got that thing. But it's, of course, rapid reload, precise aim. It's a powerful combo. And if you can hide yourself around an island with those better torpedo angles, in my opinion, Yoshino is an amazing ship. For me, I would even argue borderline competitive depending on the player, but that's like 1 foot in, like 1% in. Overall, it's a good ship, but you have to know how to play it. And if you don't, sayonara, see you back at port. Because, of course, it just gives citadels. So, I'd love to see you in it, though, on the Yoshino. That'd be kind of fun. Triple Yoshino.
We'll see. We'll see if I need to get some more gold on the press account. I've been lacking, but all right, Yueyang.
Yeah, Yueyang.
I do have Yueyang. Where would I put it? It has utility. I'm not that low. I would put it higher than that. Let's see. I would borderline put it competitive, borderline good, and reason for that is it has the utility with one smoke, radar, and then granted it has deep water torps, but I mean it's still a good DD killer. Those guns they're like gearing guns. They're not bad at all.
But good arcs. It's almost gross away at that point.
So honestly, I think it's a solid, competitive. Yeah, I'd leave it competitive. That radar just really helps because whatever team gets down to DDs first usually wins, and with radar, you're easily able to do that, especially if you got a, DD hiding in smoke and say there's a Venezia just waiting.
Show me. Come on, show me.
Or a Christfofo Colombo, which, I mean, that's pretty much it. I'll leave it at competitive.
Okay. I think I'd agree with competitive just because of the utility, but unfortunately, the gearing, like, its torps hit hard, but they're deep water, so that kind of prevents it from actually knife fighting in the same way. I'd argue more good, but you play it like you know BD better than I do. So
here's if we're talking about knife fighting, a lot of times people will focus too much on trying to get torpedoes onto the other DD, when a lot of times the best action is just to fire the guns, fire that AP at the DD, and call it a day. You're gonna get more damage, and it's gonna be a little more reliable. So that's why when knife fighting, I don't really worry that this thing has no torps to go against other DDs.
I don't know how we forgot this, but we got the Christfofo Colombo.
So obviously
needs love, tier. Right? Yeah, no.
Top tier. I mean, no, top tier. Thing has a crap ton of guns. Even with the nerf, I still think it's,
Yeah.
you'll still see tons of them, especially in platoons that are like going after to hunt these DDs down. It's just so damn good.
Oh yeah. No,
You
it's
got
insanely powerful.
got this fuel. Is it a fuel smoke 3 or 2?
I don't know.
3 or 2.
Whichever one, it's incredibly strong.
Yeah, so it's perfect for disengaging. I mean, on top of that, I forgot how many guns this thing have?
16 guns and their 360-degree turrets.
Yeah, the 360-degree turrets kind of like is the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
It allows you to keep your guns on target in a turn. I mean, what more can we say about the Colombo? The thing is, it's OP.
Yeah, it is OP. It's incredibly strong. Luckily, they nerfed it. I feel like it's in a good place right now. I think other things can get buffed. Of course, as we can see through the list, other things need to get buffed. But yeah, it's just powerful. It's incredibly powerful, and the line is pretty solid except for the 7. But yeah, it's deadly. And the only problem with it is that if you actually do it with a good Republic or a good Vermont captain, they're gonna like 2-tap you, like, or at least the Vermont will nearly 2-tap you. The Republic is gonna be maybe 1 to 2 extra salvos after a good rapid reload. This thing doesn't take damage well, but you do have that fuel smoke to be like, oh crap, a Republic, like you can extend out the engagement to be able to do a lot of damage to them. So it's incredibly powerful. I could totally see another round of nerfs. As much as I don't want it, I want other buffs, but that's just my opinion. Anything else to add?
No.
Onto the Z52.
Z52, I would put higher. I would put that in top meta, borderline competitive. Has great guns.
Yep.
AP is like some of the nastiest out there.
Yep.
Has sonar, smoke. It's kind of like a more gun focused daring. Not as maneuverable, but that AP is just nothing to scoff at.
It's nasty.
It's German AP is just some of the nastiest out there. So I'd literally fire AP and nothing else.
Oh yeah, no, you don't fire AG. You don't.
No. So
let alone add in something that I remember you mentioning when Rulers of the Waves was tier 10, and the torpedoes. Right. The torpedoes they're fast reloading. They're not great, but you can. It's a very versatile DD.
So it has the fastest reload of. Well, I need to go back and look at that because Marcel might have the fastest loaded, but still, in terms of usability, you could just send them out. I think it has like a 46 or something. 46-second reload.
48. I think it's pretty high up there. I don't know if I would say top, just because it once again can't handle carriers at all.
Well, neither can. Well, all right.
Daring has
can maneuver, but no one's gonna handle a good carrier. The thing is that this is a DD killer. Like, if you want to destroy all the DDs, it is the hunter, the apex predator of DDs.
Yep, and you can spot for yourself, so you're better than Venezia a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just don't see top tier. I see competitive. I just. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to see what the comments say where they put Z52. But
the comments are gonna agree with me.
I'm gonna say competitive just because, like, I can definitely see it. I can definitely see what you're saying. The problem is I would rather take almost any other ship at meta, top meta. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me not being the DD main, but for the general gist, I'd rather take Venezia even. Like, it's just there's other ships in here that work better, but I can see where you're coming from, though. If you are in a DD heavy game and you don't have a Venezia on your team, this is your next best, and that's really good. And that's nothing to scoff at. But Daring just can at least dodge carriers kind of well. And Z52, I remember the Malta era pre-nerf. I decided to unlock the Z52 in that era, and that was a very poor mistake.
You got a bad taste. Right?
I got a bad taste. I did. So it still dies from carriers. But maybe it's just not for me. Maybe it's just not for me. Oh, finally, the last ship, the Zao.
We probably missed some. Someone's gonna be in the comments. Hey, what about?
I know.
So and so. Like,
Oh man, someone's gonna say a lot. It's okay. It happens every single time. Every single time.
like Rick Dovid's the best. What are you talking about? I'm like, that's questionable, sir.
I think for the Zao, I think we can just.
Well, all right. So I'm currently unlocking. I'm still at Ibuki.
Yeah. It's a rough one.
It's not that bad. I like it. I like Ibuki. It's a kiter. Definitely a kiter. It can definitely use love, but I would honestly say if you're building, I haven't tested the what's it called, legendary mod, so I can't even tell you what
that does help. But if we're
say,
just going off at base without any legendary mod,
okay.
without the legendary commander, where would you put it?
Well, again, I haven't played it, but if I'm basing it off the rest of the line, I would say playable.
Playable.
But
I can even argue
you've played
niche. It. Yeah, so I'm biased towards this. This is my first tier 10. I actually will never not say this, is that the Zao is the most powerful cruiser in this game. It is. If you can stealth, if you get a very low DD game, maybe a horrible carrier on the enemy team, the Zao becomes the most worst enemy that you'll ever deal with, because by the time that the torps hit you, by the way, it's kiting away and dropping insane amounts of HE on you and starting fires and floods. It's an insanely powerful ship. But let's talk about reality. In that, I think I could argue playable, if not niche, just because of it's just so team comp dependent. And I'm betting your experience in that with the Ibuki is that if you get the wrong team, you don't have any chance. There is nothing you can do. It will kill you. And that's all. There's nothing. It's done. It's a done deal. You can't.
Let me ask you, compared to Ibuki, all right, how accurate is it with precise aim up?
Actually, this was actually pretty darn accurate. I like its accuracy.
So that's one of my favorite things, is especially like in a center cap, I'll creep in there, activate precise aim, start firing AP at some of these DDs, and watch their health get chunked. A lot of the ships, the way I base them too, is how well they can kill DDs. So that's why I kind of like it. Is just I love chunking DDs, even though I play DDs a lot. I love chunking them.
Oh, I can agree with that. And the Zao, like that entire line, the AP is kind of weird. Actually, you want to be shooting AP over HE at DDs because it's actually a very low pen AP. Mm-hmm. And even with APCS, it doesn't really help you. Actually, just might as well run IFHE at that point. But the Zao, in my opinion, it needs love only because there are games, and even the PH or the Goliath and the Kebab don't deal with this. The Zao literally has games. You can have the best player in that Zao, and they will have nothing they can do to the enemy team. It will be completely and utterly shut out. That's the only ship in this game. But once again, if you go into certain other games, the Zao is broken because of how much firepower it has.
Again, I don't have the Zao. Slowly grinding it. I will have it eventually, and be able to see what you're talking about. But
it's a hard one to really put. I can see playable, but I just say it needs something. It is usable, so maybe I should just say it's playable. Its fire starting chances hilarious. Its torpedoes are, once again, you've got 4 Shima sets, but you have horrible arcs. That's why I'd say the Yoshino's just straight up better in this case. But it's really hard in this meta, especially with, once again, we have a carrier meta just shutting it down with these 3, the Midway, the Malta, and the Ikuryu, just ripping it apart. And let alone a lot of people have Smolensk, so you have a better fire starter right there that can hide in smoke where the Zao can't. So
who has the Smolensk have a better detection rate than Zao with Zao having legendary mod?
No, I think the Zao, I want to say it's like the 5th best in the game with the legendary mod. It gets incredibly low, but the problem is it's so big, and its armor is that, once again, that just enough armor situation. I've been one shot by Vermont in the Zao.
I mean, but that's also Vermont. I mean, Vermont's a
But
monster.
but I have not been one shot in many other cruisers by a Vermont salvo.
Yeah, the other day I got one shot in the club Colbert. Vermont destroyed me. Another reason I don't like that ship. Anywho,
yeah, I know, right? Oh my god, that has been a long time, including a few mess ups, but whatever, it's fun. Yeah, we have fun with it.
that'd be right.
Yeah,
You'll see the bloopers.
Yeah, exactly. We'll just do this.
You released the bloopers after this video, but that's shorts.
Oh no, I don't think I can do that. I've already got enough editing on this, and we're already at 2.5 hours, actually, on our mark. For anyone who doesn't know, that's how much we've been having issues. So either way, thank you, PigBay. It's been a blast. Everyone, I will have his link in the description down below, and maybe I'll try to do that tagging thing on the title. Give him some love. He's an awesome creator over there. Streams every Friday. Oh, anything else you want to say on this list, PigBay?
No. But please let us know what we forgot, because you never know. We forgot the Christfofo Colombo of all things, but
I thought I had everything. I asked people too. I asked multiple groups of people, and we all forgot. How?
That's like forgetting we have like Midway. That's like borderline forgetting about Midway.
Hey, I remember at least Malta. It just wasn't in order. Thank you, Tiermaker. Thank you.
Touche.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh man, this has been long. Thank you so much for getting on here and doing this with me, PigBay. It's been a blast. Everyone, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like more content like this. Trust me, I do not do this often, so hopefully you like this content only occasionally and enjoyed the podcast style. Once again, PigBay, thank you for joining, and thank you to the support for the Patreons for everything there. If you want to help support for absolutely no money, once again, hitting that like button absolutely helps. And of course, go give PigBay some love. Hopefully everyone enjoyed it. Just links, of course, in the link tree down below for any way you want to join up in Discord, all the fun stuff. I think that's it. Thank you. It's been a long one. Have a good one. Peace. Are you sure we're ready to go?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be like last time, just off the cusp.
Yeah, pretty much it will be. Are you gonna do the turnaround thing?
No.
Nah, okay, gotcha. We're just gonna keep it straight. Let's do this. We got a long way to go.
All right, I can.
Oh, God.
If it's a shit show, it's a shit show. Come on, we embrace that.
We embrace the shit show.
Attempting to record.
Attempt number 15.
Action.
We've got then competitive here. These are ships that got a few flaws here and there, but overall, good. They're good.
Mm-hmm.
Then we've got the good ships, which fuck. Hold up.
That should go in. That should stay. 100%. Where
at max range across the map.
Wait. Do we not have Christfofo Colombo on this list?
Do we not? Oh, son of a... I knew I forgot something.
I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, for this video, we'll just release the whole thing on your channel.
Are you sure? You don't wanna...
Yeah, I'm completely fine with that.
You don't want to do with the download of massive files?
Nope. Don't want that.
He's an awesome creator. Oh no, you're up for the people.
Oh, I'm up here. Okay.
Yeah, you're up here, but you're down here.
Because really, I'm here.
Yeah. Damn it.